So Mom and I are up in the upper garden today. Little Missy has found spots to get out the fence up here. So we're gonna put some decking boards along the fence to make sure she can't get in. We're gonna dig out more roses again because they're coming again. And then we're gonna start digging holes to get our barrels in for our blueberries. So let's get to it. Got one pot there buried, another pot here. I'm just gonna start digging in for the other pots. I've got 4 other ones up here. 2 are in the back of the pickup with rocks because I'm digging the holes, putting a layer of rocks, and then putting the pots on top of them, just so we have good irrigation, etc. So I'm gonna get started on the next hole. So what I do so I know where to dig the pot or hole for the pot is I just go with my shovel all the way around, so that when I move the pot, I can actually tell where my hole is that I need to dig. Then I move the pot and dig out the hole. And there's the hole. Dug out, the pot fits in there great. Just got to bring up the rocks. So I'm going to start on another hole. All right, I've got 5 pots dug in. Now 3 of them don't have rocks under yet. So these 3 right here, I have to still pull out, put rocks in there just for drainage, etc. Keep it off the clay. And I'm also, what am I also going to do with it? Oh, level them, because I am trying to level them. I have a level them out as much as I can so the drainage is good on the bottom. I've got 1 more to do up in here. I've got another one to do about here, and then that blue one where it's sitting. So 3 more to go. I'm really hoping I can get them planted today. We'll see how it goes. We still got to fill them up with the compost, peat moss, fertilize, and then put the blueberries in. So what I've done now, because this is clay, I want to know how well it's going to drain. So I've just put a bunch of water in here. If not, I'm going to put a tube down in there with a cork on a bamboo, so that I know if there's too much water in here, so I can make sure they don't get watered anymore, because I am going to set it up with drip irrigation. But the last thing I wanted to do is drown. All right, so let's see how long this takes. Really? You two have to come up here and help? Good morning. It is June 24th today. You can see we have all 8 of these buried. Did 6 of them yesterday. It's flatter than it was. Got all this soil down here from what I dug out. It's a lot of work. Mom's over on the other side. It's full of compost and peat, and we're going to fill these up now. So our compost is hot, so Mom's heading down to turn the water on so we can water this. I want to mix the water in there, try to help cool it down. I've still got another 8 inches to go in every pot. That'll be peat moss that we throw in there and mix in, and then the rhododendron azalea food. And I'll show you when I do that, but I'll show you what we're going to do with the rest of the compost. Down here is another bed that we have that we need to fill up, so we'll move the pickup so that we can get the compost hauled into there. And if we need any more, then I'll pull it up to the blueberries. So we need to get this wood moved and get the pots watered. So we got it all filled up. Haven't leveled it out yet, just in case we need some more for the blueberries. I've put water into the blueberries twice now, and the compost is cooling down great. This afternoon or this evening, I will plan on putting the peat moss in, giving it a good mix up, see what the temperature is like, and hopefully I can get them planted this evening. That'd be great to have them done. I wanted them done today, so we'll see. All right, we'll come back and look at them. So it's evening and I'm up here with the pots for the blueberries. I'm gonna open up the peat moss and get it mixed in. So that one is planted. That's our Chandler. Get it a bit more centered in the pot, and it's got lots of little blueberries on it already. I really wasn't counting on any this year, but we'll see how it does with the transplant. And this is our new experiment. How are these blueberries going to do in these pots? So I'm going to get the rest of them done, and then we'll talk about this in the end. All right, all the blueberries are planted. I got to do some leveling up here. We're going to put like a retaining wall type thing here a bit so it stays flatter up there. It's a lot flatter than it was before. It was quite a steep hill. Let's talk about blueberries. Okay, I am hot and sweaty. It's a little bit muggy out here, but I'm really glad to have the blueberries done. So from the research that I've done, where we live, we have very clay soil, and blueberries will just not grow in this type of soil. And from what I've learned is even if you amend the soil, eventually it will leach out all of the stuff that you amended the soil with. So what I've done is, for my research, you need at least 25 gallons. So I bought these, they call them 50 gallon, but they're basically 55 or more. And as you saw earlier, I cut them in half, put the hardware cloth, which is basically a wire mesh, in the bottom and around the sides, because we have a lot of voles around here. And you can check out my video on what I call whack-a-vole. We're always hunting those little guys. They do so much damage. I just realized I'm dirty. You can tell I've been playing in dirt. I've got that French fingernail, the gardener French. So half compost, half peat moss. And when I used to go picking blueberries in Richmond, BC, you were walking on peat moss. I mean, it was spongy. It was a really weird feeling. It's just, you know, acres and acres of peat moss growing there that they have these beautiful blueberries growing in. So I'm hoping this is going to work. And I couldn't find any blueberry fertilizer, so what I've used is azalea rhododendron. That's supposed to, from all my research that I've done, mosquitoes, that's supposed to work really well. I don't think I have enough, so I'm going to go buy another box. I'll sprinkle it on the top, work it in. It is a slow release, so it will happen over time. I realized today, like just being in their pots that I took them out of, and I had already potted them up once from when I bought them, they were hot in those pots. So I'm hoping being in the ground like this, they won't get quite as hot. A lot of ours, we have really good blueberries on, which I'm really pleased about. The two plants that we don't are our Duke Point blueberries, and I think when they were blooming, we were just cold. I mean, it was cold. The bees weren't out. I think we probably would have had a lot more berries, but I'm really pleased with what we've got this year. So I've got Duke Point, Patriot, Jazzy, and what else is it? Duke Point. Oh, Chandler. Those are the 4 types of blueberries I have. I have 2 of each bush. And my hope is that once we get our first crop, we'll sort of keep getting blueberries for, 6 weeks. We'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You might have found it useless. I'm useless. I hope not useless. Useful. But what I will be doing is following up. We'll take a look at them, periodically. And always when I do my garden tour, we're going to, take a look at them anyhow. And especially next year, I'll do a follow-up video on how they work. and we'll see how it goes. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. And I just figured it out. I've only been gardening now for about 14 months. So everything that we've done around this property, I started in April of 2021, and we are now June of 2022. So I'm a first-time gardener. I'm really happy how things are going. Think I'm a little bit crazy, and my mom too. But you know, we're already eating broccoli and lettuce and spinach, carrots, radishes, cucumbers. We've been eating our cucumbers now for about 4 weeks or more, which is amazing because it's been really quite cold. I mean, cold. A lot of rain, not a lot of sunshine. So hopefully from now on, we're supposed to be getting sunshine, but then next week we get another 3 days of rain. So, so long, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.